It's raining and it stopped. It rained and it stopped. It's so boring, the weather outside. So today I'm going to spend some time in the kitchen trying to make chicken rice. So I thought, why not do something good and make myself happy. And chicken rice is something that I really like. So I'm gonna make this. I have here some paprika. I don't have real chili because chili is very expensive, so I'm gonna use pepper. It's much cheaper and maybe it's not that spicy, but it works. Some frozen ginger, frozen garlic, and I have 2 onions. We'll be eating this for dinner, so I thought maybe I make this in advance so I don't have to prepare this later like a last minute thing. So this is my pepper. I usually like to use a grinder to grind this, so I'm going to cut this into just smaller pieces. Chili is very expensive nowadays, you know, it's like almost 200 crowns for a kilo. I find it's ridiculously expensive. In Singapore or even in Vietnam, the chili is so cheap there, it's easily affordable. In Sweden, very expensive. Nowadays the grocery here, it's not cheap. I don't know how many of you have this problem when peeling onion, you know, you always have difficulties getting the outer skin out. So if you don't have a nail, then that could be a problem. So now I usually just put everything in the mixer. It's much easier. And then I have some frozen ginger, which I'm going to be using just a few thin slices, and then just 2 or 3 of this frozen garlic. A bit of salt and a bit of sugar. You need some lime or lemon juice. And just mix. Okay, this is ready. Usually I will season it with some sesame seed oil, and then later I'll use some of the chicken stock that I boiling the chicken and add them in. And if it's not flavorful enough, maybe a little bit more salt. Good. In the fridge. Easiest way to make chicken is by using the crock pot. You guys know I'm lazy, so usually I like to put all the ingredients inside, the ginger and then the garlic and then 2 onions, followed by my frozen chicken. I didn't defrost this, so these are frozen, but it is okay. I usually like to use frozen chicken because I don't have time to defrost them the night before, or I've forgotten to. So I'll just add salt, pour boiling water in it. So now put the lid on. Okay, usually for frozen chicken, I'll just cook for the most 15 minutes because this is pressure cook. So you don't want the meat to be too soft and falling apart in the soup also. So 50 minutes is my recommendation, because after that it will be really soft. So I'll just put on soup, and then instead of 30 minutes, I'll just reduce them to 15 minutes and then start. Okay, now it's lunchtime. I made myself some instant noodle, typical Singaporean. So this is what I have made. Instant noodle with some fish cake, egg and fish cakes, and my pak choy. Time. LG is outside cutting glass. I'm sure you can hear that. So I'm gonna have lunch with myself. It's a bit chilly outside, so I'm going to have lunch inside instead. It's so noisy when LG cut the glass. I like to have some quiet time, especially when I eat. LG is making coffee while my chicken rice soup is done. I've added some goji berry inside to add more flavors. So this is going to be sitting in the crock pot for at least 2-3 hours before we eat them for tonight dinner. Let's have coffee. You see? How convenient, right? Let's have coffee and cake. I'm going to take the bigger one if you haven't come out. Oh, good. Okay, we are going out to test the boat. This is the first trip for this year. So we have to untie the boat. There's a rock here. Maybe I'll have to help to push here on this side. Okay. Now the boat is going faster because we are in the open sea. So beautiful today. The sun is so bright and there's no cloud at all. Look at the sky. There's no cloud at all. Okay, now water is choppy because there were some boats here. So you want to be really careful. Oh no! Don't share some food. LG driving so fast. LG is driving very fast, and I'm really scared. It's so choppy. Oh my god. Oh no! You know, I'm so scared to sit up there. So I move down here so I don't have to see the water. It just freaks me out when I see the water. Oh no! Yeah, rat. It's quite scary. On the boat! Oh no. There's two boats coming behind. Oh shit. I think I better move here. I tell you, it's really, really scary. So I'm going to try and stay calm. You know, this boat is not very big. That's why if it's a strong wave, it can overturn. Lucky there's no big ship here. Because, oh my goodness, the boat is like rocking quite hard. Let's see if we can have some dinner now. The meat just fall apart. Open your mouth. Was it good? Hey, mamma, te siitä me tei hei.